Sergeant at Arms today's session. I welcome you all to the 59th session of Vellore's Toastmaster Club. Now, before we start off, I request you all to abide by certain rules. Number one, please keep your microphones unmuted unless you want to speak. Refrain yourself from talking about religion, politics, and sex. Kindly do not use the chat boxes unnecessarily. Refrain from using your mobile phones and getting distracted by them. Lastly, do keep your videos on. After all, maintaining eye contact is an essential part of a healthy communication. The mission of Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive learning experience by which our members develop their communication and leadership skills. Now, well. I'm very sure we all must have heard cliche quotes such as try till you succeed. A winner never stops trying or never give up at least once in our lifetime. And I'm very sure we all do have experiences that we can relate to. After all, we were all always told that hard work pays off, and that's what the laws of universe also tells us. As you sow, so shall you reap. But does that always mean when you put in your constant hard work and keep on constantly trying, you get all your desired results? I guess that's a big no. If that was the case, CSK would have definitely won the match yesterday, or I would have been my university topper by now. But does that also mean on the other side, is there any shortcut? Something like winning without trying. If someone says luck, okay, maybe. But as skeptical as the question may sound, there are maybe slightest possibilities. Maybe a different way of thinking or a different way of perceiving what success is. But in that case, does the success that come last forever on a long term? I leave you here with this thought, and now I hand it over to the able hands of our president, Toastmaster Samal Selviman. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priyanka. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Now, I declare the 59th session of Vellore Toastmasters Club started. I will be your presiding officer for today. It's very pleasure to see you all here and nice to see all the guests. And today's guests are Arun Pondian and Tulasi Raman and Yuvraj. Yes, Arun Pondian, can you, how do you know about Toastmasters and VTC? Tulasi Raman. Yes, Tulasi Raman, can you please have a single word about our Toastmasters Club and VTC? Yes, Yuvraj. How do you know about Toastmasters? Yes. Yes, sir. Arun Pondian, Tulsi Raman, Yuvraj.
Yes, ma'am.
Arun Pondian is there?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. What about you?
I'm fine. And how do you know about Toastmasters and VTC?
I am Arun Pandian. I am in Uris College, Vellore. BA English Literature, final year.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm from Uris College, BA Literature, third year students, ma'am.
How do you come to know about our VTC?
Ma'am, this link was shared by our HOD, ma'am. So we joined to attend the Toastmaster.
Okay, very good, very good. Please listen.
Madam, there is another guest from Qatar, Inia. Please welcome her.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. And guess Yuvraj? Yes, Yuvraj is there? Yes,
Madam
Nivea?
President, Madam President, Madam President, I think we are not able to hear you clearly. So, guest India, can you hear us? Can you let us know how did you come to know about Toastmaster and VTC in particular?
Okay, I will continue. Okay.
Um, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Inya Magesh, and I'm from Qatar. I'm currently doing my third year in software engineering in VIT Vellore, and I was a part of Gavel's Club back in Qatar, and I'm very much interested to continue with Toastmasters here as well. And my friend Saumini, we are like batchmates in our college, so she introduced me to Toastmasters, and I'm looking forward to today's session and joining Toastmasters as well. So far, I've had a good time, and I hope I have good time, and you all have good time too. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I hope you have a great meeting. Thank you so much. Madam President, now you can take over. I think the guests who wanted to speak, they are speaking, and then we can have their feedback at the end of the meeting. Over to you, President.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Inya. And what is Toastmasters? Toastmaster International is a non-profitable educational organization that develops our public speaking and leadership skills through worldwide network of clubs. Where it started? It was started at US. Why was it started? Toastmaster began as a series of speaking clubs organized by Ramsey Smedley. Ramsey Smedley is the president of education of OMCA, that is Young Man Christian Federation. Young Man Christian Federation in US. So Smedley, as a director of education of OMCA, Smedley saw the need for a man to learn about how to speak, how to organize the meeting, and how to plan the programs, and how to work out on the commitments. He wanted to teach these things to all the members. So Smedley decided to start a club where they could learn these skills in social environment. So men responded very well to this organization, and he named the club as Toastmasters Club, and it becomes a Toastmasters International. And when was the Toastmasters Club was started? The Toastmasters Club was started. The first unofficial meeting was started on March 24, 1905, 5th year. Slight history with you. There was a man who failed in a business at 21, and he failed in legislative race at age of 22, and again failed in his business at 24. Then came over the loss of his loved one at 26, and had a nervous breakdown at 27, and lost the congressional race at the age of 34, and he had faced a lot of these things, and at the age of 45, he failed the plan for achieving the vice president post, and again age of 49, he lost the senatorial race. Finally, he elected as a president of United States of America at 52 years. Could you tell me, is he a failure? Anyone have the idea?
Abraham Lincoln, ma'am.
Yes, very good, very good. He is nothing but he is none other than Abraham Lincoln. So Abraham Lincoln, could you tell me, is he a failure? No, completely no. We could have quit, but for Lincoln, the defeat is not a take point; it's a detour to the success.
What are you doing?
So today, our TMOD Toastmaster Devendiran will come out with a different idea. That is win without trying. So usually Devendran sir brings our club with different views and different ideas. It will be interesting and more encouraging and motivating one. So without further delay, I would like to call our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Devendran, to take over the session. Over to Toastmaster Devendran.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kamlasina. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. So, the more we live up, which we are supposed to shine or win, the more anxiety builds up. When we always do something, we just think that what if I perform badly, or what if something has gone wrong. So when you see that the swimmer trains thousands of hours just to get a medal, and the student practices his speech in front of the mirror for multiple times just to perform a few minutes in front of the audience. When all our efforts come down at a defining moment, how can they not succumb to the pressure, to the need of success? And that pressure will also create us pressure in our mind, and that will also make us more fear. So is this because of trying too hard? If so, then how can we win without trying? The burden of our future often negatively affects our performance in the present moment. So when we play our favorite game like anything, so how many of here? What's your favorite games? Can anyone tell that one? So let's have football.
Counter Strike.
Hello?
No, go ahead, please. I was just saying
Yeah.
Counter Strike. Yeah.
So when we are playing with those games for fun, then we were able to we will be like performing like a skilled performer, and we will never miss our chances. But when you are given the task and to perform with this timing, you have to complete this level. So at that moment, you will be automatically the pressure will be greater in you, and you will become nervous, and sometimes even you fail. So in that you can see that our skills are same, always the same, but somehow the different circumstances will influence our own skills in a different ways. So before going that in detail, our Toastmasters have 3 segments, like the number 1 prepared speeches, number 2 table topic, and number 3 the evaluation. In prepared speeches, the speaker will already have the topic prepared and deliver his speech. And the second is table topics, where the TT master will gives the topic to the audience, and at that moment the audience will think about the topic and delivers his speech regarding the topic. And the third is evaluation, where the general evaluator comes and evaluates the entire flow of the today's meeting. So before going to the today's first segment, let's call a general evaluator to introduce his team. General evaluator, Toastmaster Tamlas.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devendran. Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today I will be your general evaluator. The role of a general evaluator is to evaluate the speakers, the table topic speakers, the evaluators, and the session as a whole. To help me out, here I have tag team, timer, or counter, grammarian here with me to help me out. Firstly, I would like to call the timer for today, Toastmaster Ritik.
Thank you, Tamilarisi ma'am. Greetings, Toastmasters and guests. My role as a timer today is to make sure that every speaker who comes on stage does not cross the time limit set for his segment. To help them with this, I'll alert each speaker of the timing they have left using green, yellow, and red cards. For prepared speeches, the time limit is between 5 to 7 minutes. A green card will appear on the screen at 5 minutes, a yellow at 6, and a red card at 7. There'll be a buffer time of 30 seconds before and after the speech. The next segment is the table topics, wherein the time limit is between 1 to 2 minutes. A green card will appear on the screen at 1 minute, a yellow card at 1 minute and 30 seconds, a red card at 2 minutes. There's a 30 seconds of buffer time after the speech. For the evaluator, the time limit is set between 2 to 3 minutes. A green card will appear at 2 minutes, a yellow at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, a red at 3 minutes. There'll be a buffer time of 30 seconds before and after the speech. Albert Einstein once said, time is really the only capital that a human has, and the only thing he can't afford to lose. So take care of the minutes and let the winning take care of itself. I'll give my report towards the end of the session. Till then, over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritik. Next, I would like to call the R counter for today, Toastmaster Saumini.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Saumini, who will be playing the role of the R counter today. As the R counter, I am responsible for listening to the words and sounds that are used as crutch and pause fillers, like ahs, ums, and ers. I'll also be listening to the overused words like, well, but, and so. And eventually, I'll also be listening to the repetitive words like I, this means, you know, etc. I'll be making a list of all these things for each speaker who's speaking and report at the end of the meeting with the number of times each speaker has uttered these. Thank you. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saumini. Next, I would like to call the grammarian for today, Toastmaster Anand Kumar.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. This is Anand Kumar. So today I will be your grammarian for today's session. So I will keep an eye of your speech, and in the end of the session, I'll give the reports. So I'll give the word of the day is dexterous, D-E-X-T-E-R-O-U-S, dexterous. So the meaning of this, showing a skill, especially with hands. So I request all speakers try to use these words. If anyone use the words, others just show the thumbs and claps for encourage that speakers. Thank you. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand Kumar, sir. Before we start the session, some general housekeeping rules are there. That is, first one is we have to show the thumbs up whenever anyone uses the word of the day. The second one is please don't leave the meeting whenever any speaker or while any speaker or evaluator is speaking. And please mute the phones in off condition, mute condition, because to avoid the unnecessary disturbances. And for help me out the benefits of the guests, I will tell how regular Toastmaster session will goes on. The first one, the Toastmaster session consists of three sections. The first one is a prepared speeches. Second one is a table topic session and part. Third one is a evaluation part. So at first, in the prepared speeches, there are some people who already told in advance. They come with they will come with preparation and they give their speech. So the second part is evaluations. So there are some evaluators are there. They will evaluate the speeches of the prepared speeches. And third part is a table topic session where everyone, even the guests, can participate in 1 to 2 minutes. The impromptu speech skills. Then I as a general evaluator, I will give the overall evaluation of the session at the end of the meeting. So now we can start the session. So I will hand over the session to TMOD, our Toastmaster of the day, Devendiran.
Thank you, ma'am. So now beginning on the first segment, we have a first speaker who is very energetic and an amazing speaker and always loves to go for a long rides and experience the nature. So before calling him, let's have his evaluator, Toastmaster Bharat, to read his objective. Toastmaster Bharat.
Hi, a very good evening, beautiful Toastmasters and most beautiful guests. So today we are going to witness a person who is really passionate about life and experiences. And he also loves writing, speaking, riding, and even trekking. And also, he's believing that being beautiful is actually being fit. Yes, you guessed it. It's none other than Toastmaster Vijay Surana for you. So let us help me to welcome Toastmaster Vijay Surana. And he is going to do his level 1 speech 3 and in the title, Die with No Regrets. All the best, Toastmaster Vijay sir.
Mr.
Over
Evaluator,
to
may I
PM
interrupt?
Modi.
Mr. Evaluator, can you also please read out the objectives of the speech and the time, stipulated time for the speech, please? Thank you.
Yeah. So the title is Die with No Regrets. And the speech timing is about 5 to 7 minutes. And he's going to present his speech on the project evaluation and feedback. That's it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat. So now let's call Toastmaster Vijay to deliver his level 1 speech 2 on evaluation and feedback with the title Die with No Regrets. Toastmaster Vijay.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Hello, friends. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. The timer, you may start now. Just a minute. Can somebody pin the video? I'll do it myself. Thank you. The timer, you may start now. It was the December of 2019. I, along with my wife and my daughter, we were traveling back from Jaipur after attending a family wedding. The temperature around that time of the year is ruthless over there. Jaipur was freezing cold, so we preferred an afternoon flight. Since we were very tired due to the extended ceremonies at the wedding, upon getting into the seat, we went into slumber. What happened next is nothing short of an over the edge of a seat Bollywood climax. I vividly remember my wife trying to wake me up while there was chaos all around in the flight. My daughter was standing beside the window seat, calling out if there was a doctor on the board. When I got into my senses, I saw around 10 to 15 people around me and the air hostess running towards me with a glass of water. I was utterly confused and terrified. Fortunately, there was an Ayurvedic practitioner in the flight along with us. But since we didn't have any medical apparatus, there wasn't much he could do. Nevertheless, I was administered some emergency medicines and I regained my consciousness. Yes, you heard me. I regained my consciousness. What happened to me was, in flight, mid-air, over 30,000 feet above the ground, I was unconscious for about 20 minutes. What happened next? The good thing was that I became conscious. But the climax, we didn't arrive at a happy ending. The flight had another 70 minutes left to reach our destination, Chennai. And we had to make a choice. Should we opt for an emergency landing at the nearest airport or continue flying towards Chennai? Guess what? The odds were against me. The nearest airport from our position was about 30 minutes away. And the time which it will take for requesting an emergency landing and following the protocols we'd rather reach Chennai sooner. So it seems we didn't actually have a choice here. So I lay there for next 70 minutes in my chair, semi-conscious, thinking only one thing occurring in my mind. Am I having a cardiac arrest? And am I gonna die in this flight today? And if so, do you have any regrets in life? Surprisingly and delightfully, I could think of none. Besides the fact that I thought another 10 years of life would be wonderful because Sarah's too young and it would be nice to have a father for her upbringing. Besides that, none at all. Suddenly, among all the grief, I had a moment of joy. In a jiffy, one of the most terrifying moments of my life turned out considerably reassuring as well. When you don't have regrets in point of time as such, you get a sense of fulfillment. And take my word on it, there's nothing nicer to know that you've lived a good life. Friends, let me take this moment to stress upon the fact that it is not the time in your life, but the life in your time that matters. So kindly, from now on, take time to live. Regrets will never be for the mistakes you've committed, rather for the things you didn't do and the chances you didn't take, the words you didn't speak, and the love you didn't express. Regrets will always be there for the moments you were too scared to follow something you loved passionately. Please understand, by the end, the only thing it would matter is that how happily you lived your life. How content were you in your life, and do you have any regrets? Sadly, a life doesn't offer us any guarantee or a warranty. So it's up to us. How much do we scoop out of it until still it's being served at our table? So now that you live life, stop chasing mere worldly things and look out for hope, love, joy, purpose, fulfillment, and you die with no regrets. Before I conclude my speech today, I'd like to quote a dialogue from a very popular Hindi movie named Anand, starring the great Amitabh Bachchan and the greater Rajesh Khanna. Rajesh Khanna played the role of a character named Anand, who's terminally ill and is counting his final days. The dialogue goes like this: Babu Moshai, zindagi badi honi chahiye, lambi nahi. Which means we should rather live our lives larger than longer. Quality instead of quantity. Die with no regrets. And I almost forgot. Fortunately, we landed safely at Chennai. And upon arrival, I was rushed to the Apollo Emergency Care at the arrival lounge, where I was diagnosed with no life-threatening illness. And here I stand today, urging you to live every moment of your life and die with no regrets at all. Thank you for listening to me. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vellore. It was an amazing speech. So let's have 1 minute of time to give the feedback. You can use the chat box. Timer, please let me know after the 1 minute. Thank you, timer. The 1 minute time has been up. So, as I already told, that pressure will always kills the skill. When we are playing for fun, the winning or losing doesn't matter. This means that we are not burdened by our possible consequences. So, and practicing a speech in front of the mirror by ourselves does not make any risk of damaging our reputations because there is no audience. When there is nothing on the line, there is no fear that substitutes our performances. So now let's have a second segment, table topic segment. So in table topics, the table topic master will give you the topic, and as they speak, and as to speech, give the speech at that moment with a time limit of 1 to 2 minutes. So let's have a table topic master, Toastmaster Samir Sharma. Toastmaster Samir Sharma.
Just give me a second. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day, my fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests. As has already been told, that this is the second segment of a Toastmaster meeting. It is the impromptu section, where I will be picking one of you at random at one time. We'll be assigning you a topic, and you will have to speak on the topic for 1 to 2 minutes. You'll see the timer card, green card at 1 minute. 1.5 minutes, you'll see the yellow card, and at 2 minutes, you'll see the red cards. There is a buffer time, like the timer has noted down. There's a buffer time of 30 seconds after 2 minutes. Any speaker who speaks less than 1 minute would be disqualified, or over 2 minutes 30 seconds will be disqualified. Yeah, so let's get started. So the thing is that our previous speaker, Vijay, who is an impeccable speaker, he mentioned that you have to live life. You have to add, really, it doesn't matter what is the time in your life, but really how much life you've had in that time. So imagine yourself as living your life through this segment. I want all of you to come and explore the beautiful side of life when you are under pressure, when you have been pushed to a wall by somebody like me, who have been giving you a topic at random. You have your own load of inhibitions, and God knows what are you carrying in your heart. This is the time where you come out. This is the time where you cherish this moment and live. So if you believe in the story which was told by Vijay, the story of choosing quality over quantity, this is the segment where you can really practice what Vijay preached. So let's get started. All of us are good. Can you show me a thumbs up? Okay. So now as I start, I would like to have a volunteer. Anybody who would like to just give it a try. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Mistakes don't matter. Anybody? If you don't, then I may have to don a teacher's hat, bring a stick, and probably calling your names one by one. Okay.
Anand.
Okay, I'm not able to see. Sorry.
Anand.
Yeah.
Anandan.
Anandan, sir.
Yes.
Your topic is learn how to lose things. Toastmaster Anandan, learn how to lose things. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Samir. Timer. Okay, I'm just about to start. As you can start the timing as soon as I start. I remember when I was a kid, my dad always used to say, learn to lose the things. I was wondering, what should I lose? I asked my father, what do you mean by that, Daddy? My dad said, you have to lose all the bad in you, all the bad characters. all the bad friends, all the bad habits. Oh my God, what a good lesson I learned from my father, who's my mentor, my guru, my philosopher, my God. So from that day, I started to keep that in my mind. And whenever I learn some bad habits, some bad words, bad things, immediately I just see to it that I quit from it. Thank you very much. Is it red showing? Sorry. Okay. From that day, I made it a habit and started following it. On many occasions, I had come across some bad companionship. I didn't know first they were bad, but once I knew it, I decided to lose it. And the next moment, I lost them. These bad companions taught me bad things. And when I lost them, I automatically lost all the bad things which I learned. And till today, I am so happy that lesson which my dad taught has brought me up to be a very good gentleman. And I passed on this message to my children, to my friends, and to all my Toastmasters friends. Please lose all your bad habits. Thank you. Over to Samir.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anandan. It is indeed your speeches have always been something which I look forward to, because there's a lot of experience that you bring in, and it was not different today. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Let's move to the next speaker. Can I have Toastmaster Priyanka, please? Priyanka, can you hear
Yes,
me?
sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So your topic is failure is like a caterpillar before it becomes a butterfly. Toastmaster Priyanka, failure is like a caterpillar before it becomes a butterfly. Over to you.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. So I'm sure we all might have heard the proverb, failure is a stepping stone to success. And I'm very sure we do have an experience related to it. In my case, I think failure has taught me one of the biggest lessons in my life. I would like to relate one experience and a personal story. As I told during the last Toastmaster table topic, I was actually bad at mathematics, and this was one subject which I had during my college time that involved a lot of maths, and ended up with a very bad faculty on my bad. So this is when I took it up as a challenge. Though I did fail the subject in my first attempt, to be honest, my previous self, I outgrew myself and I outgrew my fear of the subject. I immediately started learning a lot. I started revising. I started communicating with my peers regarding the subject. And in my second attempt, I started loving a subject that I topped the class among 60 members of the class. And that taught me a very big lesson. And I couldn't have done that if I had not failed the subject in my first attempt. Thank you.
Yeah, indeed, I see that you are going to be a butterfly soon. A very, very high potential Toastmaster. That's what you are. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's move on to the guest. So can I have a volunteer guest, please? All you have to do is you can keep your video off if you want. You can just turn on your audio, and I'll make sure the topics make sense if the first two didn't. Okay, can I have guest Vishnu
Inia,
Kumar? Sorry?
Yes, sir, I would love to volunteer.
Oh, okay, beautiful. Okay, Nia, your topic is, it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. Guest Inia, it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. Over to you.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. A very good evening to one and all present here. Today, my topic is, it's not about whether you win or lose, but it's about how you play the game. Topic, I only thought of one incident that happened in my life a few years back, and I would love to share it with the Toastmasters community here. I was back in Qatar and I was about 15 years old when I participated in a fashion show. We were expected to create dresses out of recycling materials that were present in the house, and I had my mom help me to create a dress out of CD tapes in my house. And I looked like almost a disco model over there, and I was the youngest of models to participate in that fashion show. I was very happy and I had the pride in my face. I was very proud about myself, my clothes, and the fact that I was the youngest made me even more proud about where I stood at that young age. But however, unfortunately, I really couldn't win the show. The person who won the show had employed a professional model to create her dress, which was against the rules of the competition. Well, we knew it, but we didn't do anything about it. And that day was the day I realized that even though she didn't play the game fair, she won the competition. But I played the game fair, and the happiness that I had inside of me for participating in the competition fairly made me more happy than what she would have got by winning the competition. And that day taught me things that were beyond just winning. Playing a game fair brings more good to you and brings more happiness, fetches more happiness to you individually, personally, and sticking to your moral values really elevates you as a person in life. Maybe that day I failed, but there might have been many other days I won. So thank you.
Wonderful, Inia. As a topic master, I can say you played fairly today and you won it as well. Thank you so much. So let's move on to our next speaker. Can I have guest Arun, please? Arun Pandian. And your topic would be, can you introduce yourself to the group, please? Guest Arun Pandian, can you hear me? Okay, it looks like he may not be. Okay. Toastmaster Arunesh. You can hear me?
Yes. Good
Great.
evening, Samesh.
Hey, good evening. Toastmaster Arunesh, don't quit training. Don't quit training. Toastmaster Arunesh, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. It's wonderful to be here, and I've enjoyed the session so far. But if we have to think about where we all started, if you just the history of Vellore Toastmasters Club, starting 2 years ago, the idea was to bring people from Vellore together to form a community that would grow together and that would improve together, and hence that would enhance the life of every single member of this club, so that we can all reap the fruits of our training in Toastmasters together. And this has been a very difficult journey. Many who know the club will agree with me when I say that the road has been rockier than ever, but our resilience and our temperament to make sure that the members of this club and the members who we could benefit from training through the Toastmasters curriculum, that goal that we have set for ourselves, that has been the key motivator in taking this club forward and making sure that we spread the word about the importance of public speaking and leadership in the Vellore community. And that has taught us all so many things. I'm sure everybody will agree with me when I say that the difficulties that we face here and the challenges that we try to overcome here are great examples of what we will come across in our career and in more important instances in our life. So this is the playground where we train to play the game of life out in our careers. So play this game with the most interest and give it your best. Because when you train here and when you make the mistakes, you learn from them. And you use that learning to do better in the rest of your life. Thank you. Over to the Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Arnesh. I think you're absolutely correct. At least for VTC, I can see there is a lot of potential, and we have started to grow wings and ready to fly as a club. Thank you so much. Can I have Ritik, please? Ritik?
I'm the timer, sir.
So that's how it works out. They say you are the dexterous one in the club. So your topic is define win for yourself. Toastmaster Ritik, define winning for yourself. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Table Topic Master. I think winning in my perspective is that when winning in my perspective is when you when you take people along with you, when you just don't keep that winning to yourself, you share it with people. You share your knowledge, you share your time, you share your money, you share your resources so that other people can benefit from it. Say for example, you and Arunesh, you're here to you're an example of like sharing those winning. Whatever you have learned, you are sharing with us so that we can grow and even you can grow along with us. So winning is, according to me, it's something like that. Thank you.
I think this is really humbling as well as this is a powerful statement. I never thought about winning from this way, but you're absolutely right. If winning makes more sense when you can inspire others to win alongside you, when you can inspire others to shrug shoulders with you. Thank you so much, Ritik. You are always a fantastic speaker. Can I have guest Tulsi Ram, please? I'm really sorry if I'm mispronouncing it.
Shall I?
Yeah, okay, ma'am. I like
No,
you are the leader who leads by example. I like it.
Yes.
Ma'am, what was that one loss that is still with you? Toastmasters Tamil Rasi, what was that one loss that is still with you? Over to you.
The big loss I had in my life is the death of my sister. Because I don't want to share this, but this is my sister is very simple and I'm very much affectionate with my sister, and she grown up and she got married, but with some misunderstanding she committed some suicide. So I never overcame this. Now it's before 2 years. Before 2 years she committed like this, but I never overcome. Now also I'm feeling very. It's a big loss for me and my family.
Okay, Tamil Rasi ma'am. Okay, just a minute. Let me interrupt here. Okay, let's forget about loss. Let me go back to what Vijay said about life. Life being a beautiful petal. So tell me that one win that you still cherish. Tell me that one win that you still cherish.
One moment that still cherish.
Or one moment of joy that you still cherish. That one moment of joy. Over to you.
That moment of joy is my school life, college life. All of them I enjoyed very much. In my school life, we we were while our chemistry sir came to class, they will ask everyone about their everyone any questions. They usually ask me, Tamilarasi, stand up like that, and she asked me any question. If I thinking and I'm not answering it, she will beat my head like this, and I got answer and like this. She is asking another question in plus one and plus two itself. He is very jolly going and give lot of information, motivation, all of them, and we don't feel lot while he is sticking like this. After the class over, he returned while we met in chemistry lab. He would ask, Tamilarasi, you got lot of beating from me like that. No, sir, no, not like that. Lot of lies are in my heads. It will get suppressed due to your beating. Oh, it's not. It's like that. Okay, I will beat another time like that. You continue like this. These experiences, lot of learning with enjoyments we experienced during my plus one and plus two life. So I never forgot these things, and he motivated me and all my friends to study well. Otherwise, I will give you punishment like that. So we study very well chemistry. We like that subject very much. Now also I felt and I felt happy, and now also I remembered that moment in my life. So that chemistry sir, Ilogo sir, I like very much. Yesterday also I spoke with me. So the school lives are very, very, so I'm enjoying very much in plus two life. At last, finally, I came the first mark in my school. So all of them got surprised. You are jolly going, jolly enjoying, and as soon as I studied very well. Thank you. Over to the table topic master.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for showing the two sides of you, really, two starking sides. One a serious and one a naughty kid. Thank you so much for that. Let me have, I think, last two speakers. The next speaker is going to be Toastmaster Saumini. If you think you are the accountant and I'll let you guys go, you're mistaken. Toastmaster Saumini, your topic is, you will never know how much you have accomplished until you try. You will never know how much you have accomplished until you try. Toastmaster Saumini, over to you.
Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I remember in my seventh standard, we had the proverbs written on the blackboard. I used to be in charge of it. And after that, it got shifted to another person, and that person kept on writing the one proverb: try, try, try again till you succeed. This went on for over a week. She did not have the proverb changed. So we complained this to our faculty teacher, and she asked us, "Do you remember the proverb without even changing one word correctly?" And we the whole class erupted saying the correct thing. And then, why am I telling this seriously? The we After that, the position of the proverb in charge came back to me. So when you I seriously, I don't know why I told this. It was just a cherishing moment for me. Like, I got it back. But I've went on stage and failed a lot of times for giving the public speech. But still, after I realized that your comfort zone will kill you. So after trying so much, I was beat down so many times by this fear of public speaking. But still, here I am, because I would, instead of doing something that would kill me tomorrow, I would be the victim of it today and erupt as a winner tomorrow. That's it.
Thank you so much, Somini. What I feel is, you guys in your age, when you talk about that you guys had so many problems related to public speaking, it's really hard to get by, because I find all of you to be immaculate speakers. I don't know where is this public speaking is coming from. So I feel all of you are accomplished speakers. So you should just keep your chin up and then keep going. Thank you so much. Can we have the last? Okay, let me just shout out again. Is there a guest who can please try to, you can attempt anything? Guest Arun, do you want to give it a try? Okay. Toastmaster Anant Kumar. Can we have Toastmaster Anant Kumar, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, your topic is failing doesn't make you a failure. Failing doesn't make you a failure, Toastmaster Anant Kumar.
Failure doesn't make?
So failing doesn't
Okay.
make you a failure.
Failure.
Just because you failed doesn't make you a failure for life. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir. Good evening to all. So failure doesn't make failure. In so many ways, in schools, in 10th, one subject I failed, but I never bother about that. So again, I will rewrite the exam and pass it out. So after my school career, I started my own business. So in my business, I'm entering into the so many companies and so many offices for the get the orders and all. So someone's give the orders, someone's neglect ours due to small companies and all. So we are facing lots of failures and feedbacks and all. But so we are facing that everyone. So we can come up in each step one by one. After that, few times we get some orders from the other companies and all. So nowadays we have started the work. I will get it. What we facing that failure, that will one step to forward above. So now wherever we go, get the plus point of that existing failures. So this is the lesson for my failures in life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. These are wonderful lessons for all of us. So, ladies and gentlemen, with this, we have come to the end of this table topic session. We overshot it because we had one speaker missing, and we compensated that time by having some extra table topic speakers today. Like our Toastmaster of the day says, that there is winning which is possible without practicing, without really trying. When I came to the meeting, I wanted to know what was the secret sauce there. And I haven't found my answer yet. I found some hints of it in Mr. Vijay's speech and with all of your experience speeches during the table topics. But I'm really eager to understand what he meant by that. With this, I hand over back control to him. I enjoyed the table topic session. I hope you all did. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samir. And it was the wonderful segment with awesome topics. So, and again, I'm sorry for not having the video because it's here we are facing a power cut. So, feeling the necessity to win has a positive side. It motivates us to practice a lot and make sacrifice. When we are too focused on winning and losing, then our worries overshadow our skills. But still our skills are same, but the mind creates a fog of thoughts that prevents our skills from unfolding. In that situation, we find ourselves in not being in that zone, but it's not only the case, it's our mind saboting itself. When our thoughts about the past and the future fall away, our skills can manifest optimally to the point that we become one with the act. Now we are moving to the last segment of the Toastmaster. It's evaluation. So for that, let's call Toastmaster Tamilarsi to give our evaluation of the session. Toastmaster Tamilarsi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devendiran. Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Next one is the evaluation segment. In this segment, let me call upon our speaker's evaluator. The speaker, Toastmaster Vijay, says evaluator Toastmaster Bharat to give his evaluation.
Yes. So firstly, a big congrats for you, Toastmaster Vijay sir. So you provide an amazing speech. So first thing that I feel really good in your speech is that usually speakers will start with your speech with some greetings to the audience, stuff like that. But you made it look a different path. Yes, you have started off with a story which made your speech a really interesting one. Yes, congrats for that. And moving on to the second thing, that is one of the most important element in a speech, that is voice modulation. Yes, you just really mastered it, and you pass it wherever it is needed, and you also raise your voices. So that brings the real message and helps for the audience to understand it clearly. And moving on to the another thing, that you also had some Hindi lines in your speech. Yes, that brings some innovation and also more attentive for the audience to make it more visible and clear. And regarding the suggestions, I feel that you're really good in bringing humor, but I think that is missing in the speech today. So adding a little bit humor in the places wherever it is needed, so you can add it. So that will bring much more attentive for the audience. And one more thing is that uh, I feel that flooding smile is lacking in your speech. Yes, at some places, if you have a flooding smile in your speech, that will really help the audience to just keep the focus on your speech, and that will make them interested and enthusiastic towards your speech. To overall summarize, you had mastered all the speech elements, but few things I feel that can be added. So if you did that, it will be very awesome. So all the best today, sir, and thanks.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat. Next, I would like to call the tag team. I would like to call the timer for today, Toastmaster Ritik, to give his report.
Thank you, ma'am. Speaker 1, Toastmaster Vijay sir, you completed your speech in 7 minutes and 7 seconds. For table topics, there were total of 7 speakers. Speaker 1, Toastmaster Anandan sir, you completed your speech in 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Priyanka, you completed your speech in 1 minute and 35 seconds. Speaker 3, Toastmaster Inia, you completed your speech in 2 minutes and 8 seconds. Speaker 4, Toastmaster Arunesh, you completed your speech in 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Speaker 5, Toastmaster Tamilarisi ma'am, you completed your speech in 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Speaker 6, Toastmaster Saubini, you completed your speech in 1 minute and 35 seconds. Speaker 7, Toastmaster Anant Kumar sir, you completed your speech in 1 minute and 21 seconds. So as far the report, there are no disqualifications in table topic segments. And moving on to general evaluator, Toastmaster Bharat, you just completed your speech on time. Evaluation on time, 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Over to general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritik. Next, second, I would like to call our accountant for today, Toastmaster Saumili, to give a report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. The speaker, we had only one speaker today, Toastmaster Vijay Surana. Every time Toastmaster Vijay comes to speak, the counters are victims here rummaging for the fillers. Also, it's great that I got to know that the quote Zindagi Badi Honi Chahiye Lambi Nahi is from the movie Anand and not from the movie Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, as we millennials know. Amazing job there, sir. I couldn't find any fillers that I could point out. Coming to the table topics, Speaker 1, Toastmaster Anandan had just one repetitive and no crutches or pause fillers. Speaker 2, Priyanka had just I's more than 5 and R's less than 5. Speaker 3, guest Inia had just one well and I's more than 5 and R's less than 5. Speaker 4, Toastmaster Arunesh had just ands, repetitive ands below 5. Speaker 5, Toastmaster Ritik had just one UNO and no fillers at all. Speaker 6, Toastmaster Tamilarsi, had just asked more than 5 and just 1 so. Speaker 7, myself, Soumini, had just had more than 5 hours. Speaker 8, Toastmaster Anand Kumar, had asked below 5. And a suggestion I'd like to give to control your fillers, using your fillers, is that slowing down the rate of your speech. So when you slow down the rate of your speech, you give your brain, the main problem is that you're speaking faster than you're thinking. So when you relax into the sentence you're speaking and give a meaningful pause, your brain prepares the next point and keeps it ready in the array for you to deliver. So this is one point I'd like to make. And Toastmaster Rahul made a suggestion in the last meeting that you could look into the eyes of your audience and speak while giving the speech, which will reduce your fillers. That when I understand that some people might get intimidated looking directly into the eyes, and you might feel like they're staring at you, or when you're not feel demotivated when you're not getting the apt response from their face. The one trick you could follow is that looking into their eyebrows or the rims of their glasses. So these are my suggestions. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Soumini. Next, I would like to call the grammarian for today, Toastmaster Anand Kumar sir, to give his report.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all the speakers delivered the speech very well and did a great job. So today's session, I did not find any grammatical errors in this session. As usual, Vijay Surana sir delivered his speech very well. Unfortunately, today's no one used the word dexterous. Toastmaster Samir used this word to Ritik Jain. But Ritik is not used the word dexterous, but today is act as dexterous always is, especially with the hands, do this work today. Thank you everyone. Go to general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand Kumar sir. Now it's the time for the report of the general evaluator. First, today's session started with a little bit late, that is at 4:35 p.m. I think. So hereafter we have to try to start the session with the correct time. And coming to the speakers, Toastmaster Vijay sir gave a wonderful speech. The Toastmaster Bharat, the evaluator of Toastmaster Vijay sir, Toastmaster Bharat gave all the details of the speech of Toastmaster Vijay sir. So in this, Toastmaster Bharat gave the good recommendations, positive and specific, useful, helpful recommendations, and some suggestions I want to add with the Toastmaster Bharat evaluation. The analytical quality, that is clear, focused, and helpful feedback have to provide, and by using some techniques, which is with a sympathetic, sensitive, and motivational techniques we have to use to do the evaluation. And some more points, if you had some more points, means it would be good. And the summation also, by summation, the concise, encouraging one, which you have to give. In this, some points, Toastmaster Vijay sir gave a very dexterous speech expressions. That was very nice. Some suggestions I want to add for Toastmaster Vijay is he gave some take of value, and the structure of speech, somewhat the introduction, proper content with conclusion. So that, and the objective of the speech, and he made the objective. That is a main point. The Bharat have to focus, and yeah, he had a good eye contact, body language, facial expressions, hand gestures, the voice modulation parameters, all of them very good. So with the speech structure, and with some speech structure, it would be yeah, Vijay says speech would go to next level, and his speech already gave the valuability means that is it has a good mixture of informations and emotions that are also very nice. So coming to the table topic session, the first table topic speaker Toastmaster Anandan sir had a good initiation and valuable messages to all Toastmasters. Next table topic speaker 2 gave the Toastmaster Priyanka good example from her experience, good flow of she used good flow of words, and table topic speaker 3 guest Inia, she beautifully explained her fashion show experiences, and it shows her satisfaction with her performance. And table topic speaker 4, Toastmaster Arunesh gave a good motivation, good information to all Toastmasters, and Toastmaster Ritik gave a humble speech. It shows its maturity. And Toastmaster Saumini, the way she got motivated, she explained very well. And coming to the tag team, timer Toastmaster Ritik, he gave a good report with and also connected with the team. And our counter Toastmaster Saumini gave a concise report, good description with the how to avoid the killers. That also very nice. And Toastmaster Anand Kumar sir also uh, gave a noticed all the things very well. So overall, the session was very nice and excellent session. But I thought only one speakers are there, but this drawback is overcame by our table topic master by giving wonderful topics to all of them. That was very nice. He performed very good job. Well done, sir. Next, over to our TMOD, Toastmaster Devendran.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kamlesh, for the wonderful feedbacks. At the last, I wanted to tell a short story. Like, let's consider the dog catching the ball. When the dog sees you throwing the ball, it just jumps towards it and catches it without even thinking how it's going to land. It means that it's truly focusing on catching the ball. It doesn't act for the additional chicken that is going to get, because that is part of its nature. Whenever the ball is thrown, it just jumps to catch it. But we are the humans, so we can plan for the future in detail, and our goals are generally much more sophisticated. So when you're often expected to perform our best with future goals in mind, but even then, we can still influence that what we are focusing on. The less we care about the results, the less our minds will be troubled by it. This is determined as our best performance are the ones that are immersed in, and that where we called it as a flow state. In this flow states, you can observe that the swimmer always focus only on the water, and the painter only focus on the movement of his brush. What happens when he doesn't focus on the brush? It always the painting will be gone like some other thing, and it looks ugly. And with that moment, they never always they focus on what they are doing. So with that moment, they never try to win anything, or they do not act for the sake of getting the prizes. They left their expectation and desires to reduce that they are being and just do what they are focusing on. So always focus on what we do, not for the awards or the marks that we are going to get. Because when you are focusing on the thing that we do, our skills automatically rises up. So that we do not try and work separately for getting the awards. Instead, it becomes a act and we get success on life. So, and that's the key. Just do it. Thank you. And over to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Kamlesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devendran, sir.
Ma'am, can you please ask everyone to fill in the Google Forms which has been sent?
Which forms?
Best speaker, evaluator,
The best
practice.
table topic speaker, Google Forms have been shared in the chat box. Everyone is requested to
Google
kindly-
Forms shared in WhatsApp, sir.
Please, all of them fill the Google Forms to select the best table topic and table topic speaker and best role players. Even then, we should follow your template, best evaluator and speaker.
Madam Presiding Officer, are we waiting for something?
Yes, sir. We are waiting for best table topic speaker and best role player. We are.
Okay. We've been waiting for quite some time, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Sir, Vijay, how many?
It's okay. We can go ahead, ma'am. That's what I'm saying. We can declare the results. Maybe you can go ahead and take guest feedback, and then at the end we can have our winners for the meeting. Thank you.
All of them filled the link, filled the form.
So how many has everybody filled up the form?
How many?
Okay, then.
Yes,
how
sir.
many?
Yes.
Please
Yes.
inform me.
Okay, move on, ma'am.
Okay, sir. I want to get the finals. Hello, Saumini, please send me the final list.
Sent, ma'am.
Through WhatsApp or chat?
WhatsApp, ma'am. Individual chat.
Individual. Okay. Okay, now. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's the final. Finally, we selected the best table topic speaker. Best table topic speaker was table topic speaker is Toastmaster Anand Kumar sir. Please, all of them give me a big hand to Toastmaster Anand Kumar sir. Toastmaster Anand Kumar sir is a best table topic speaker for today, and best role player for today is Toastmaster Saumini. Toastmaster Saumini is the best role player accounter for today. Give her a big hand, all of them. Today we had a wonderful session with good speech of Toastmaster Vijay sir. Gave a wonderful information with a lot of emotions. All of them very interestingly watched with a lot of emotions as his speech, and with a lot of table topic speeches are there. All of them actively participating. Just a little bit. Guest Inia also participated. So today's session was a very excellent one. And any guests are there? If anybody is willing to share your opinion, how is today's session means, now it's your chance. Those guest Inia or guest Inia, Arun Pondian, Tulsi Raman, Yuvaraj. How is today's session? Anybody is willing to share your feedback?
Yes, ma'am.
Please tell me.
Can you see me? Hello,
Yes,
everyone.
yes,
Hello. I'm Inya, and I was a part of Toastmasters Gals Club back in Qatar as well. But we were a group of very young kids, actually. All my schoolmates, classmates, we were all of the same age mostly, and our just a minute. Sorry for the interruption. We just had some guest over. Okay, so back in Qatar, the Gavels Club experience was more of a very monotonous, experience, because we just had same age people and we were all very competitive, and the modulation, the speeches, the experiences that we had shared among us were very relatable, because we were all from the same age groups. But here today, to see like people belonging to like different age groups from different walks of life, to hear Anandan sir speak itself was like very inspiring for me, because his modulation and the way he delivered his speech was very new. I mean, I have attended many Toastmasters events and meetings before in different levels as well, like in international ones, the zonals, but like I've never really heard anyone bring about this aspect and bring about this modulation into the speech. It was very new, and it was a very innovative idea, like to just pace down and be very slow and out there. Thank you, Anandan sir, you were truly inspiring today. And also our timer today was very professional. Today was amazing, and I loved today's experience. Tamarasi ma'am, your story was also very inspiring. So yeah, I loved today's session, and I'm hoping and I'm looking forward to joining the club and giving more and more speeches and improving myself as a speaker. Thank you so much for everyone. Also, Vijay sir, your speech was amazing. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, thank you, Inia. Next, any other guests are willing to share your opinion? Arun Pondian, Tulsi Raman, Yuvaraj. How is today's
Ma'am,
session? How is
ma'am,
today's session?
Tamil ma'am, Arun Pandian sent a message on the chat,
Okay, Tulsi Raman.
and I don't think that person is there in the meeting still.
Okay, I will
I
finish.
think they had left the meeting.
Okay,
Arun Pandyan is there.
but nobody is.
Yes.
Arun Pandyan is there in the meeting.
Arun Pandyan has sent a message in the chat box and others have left the meeting, so we can continue with the...
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, Toastmasters, today we had a wonderful session, and please complete your projects with very, like Vijay sir, we have to complete and work hard for your projects and update the projects immediately, and give the speech names for the next session today itself. Then only we are able to prepare the agenda and poster within 1 or 2 days. So please give your name for your speech slot. Then only we are able to prepare the speeches. So all of them, and in the last week, Toastmaster Bharat put lot of effort for this session in Instagram, and Toastmaster Saumini also helped for us very much. So due to this, lot of youngsters, our VTC will go to next level. I hope that this, please, I'm appreciating for all the new members, Bharat, Toastmaster Saumini, Sadhana, Mahalakshmi, and now Priyanka. Priyanka is very good initiation and good response. We
Thank you.
received response from Toastmaster Priyanka. I appreciate you. Please, all of them continue this and maintain this. And if you are willing, you will give the speech slot as quick as possible. Okay, that's it from my side as a presiding officer. Next, over to SAA.
So we come to the end of the session, and as a Toastmaster of the day, Devendiran sir told, when you are under immense pressure, even when you have the perfect skill set, and even if you love to do the thing you are about to perform, on that particular day, in front of a huge amount of audience, when it comes to the moment of winning or losing, I think it's very hard to unfold your skill set. Why? For my instance, when I can debate for hours on my favorite topic with my brother. But when it comes to giving a table topic speech in Toastmasters or giving a speech in Toastmasters, I'm definitely not as poised and eloquent as our Toastmaster Vijay Surana sir is. Sir, I loved your speech today. And also, I would like to conclude this day by telling what I understood what I learned from our Toastmaster of the day, Devendran sir. When you love something and when you have the proper skill set, winning or losing doesn't really matter. Every loser, every win is definitely only a win for you. When you focus on the aftermath or the consequence of what you're going to perform, and when you are when you are put under the fear of what happens next in case you lose, or how are you not going to bring laurels to your family, or if it comes to monetization in that case, or what if you lose favor of people, even if you love something, you're not going to excel in that. So I request you all to love what you do and do what you love. And forget about winning or losing. Every achievement is a win for you. Thank you all. And I over to the presiding officer, Mr. Thomas.